The Chronons Gambit. Dr. Elena Chen adjusted the parabolic array, her breath fogging up the inside of her emergency atmospheric suit. The terrain of Crayon 3 was unforgiving, glowing amber sands, stretched toward a horizon that promised nothing but more barren landscape. She'd been stranded for 46 hours, her rescue beacon silent after the solar flare that had torn through her research team's vessel. Her apartment sat perched on a wonky-looking ancient structure that stood out like a monument against the featureless landscape. Appeared as not her best in architectural engineering to other crews that had arrived. "So, what's your classification again?" A voice the quicks crackled in her comm. She hadn't been sure a message came through the private channel. "I've been accessed as human," Elena replied, keeping her tone professional. The voice on the other end sounded like someone processing thought in yet another human language. It was a combination of reproducible and unedited channels. A brief click played as laughter over a miles communication frequency. "No, I meant your classification on the race tier. You've got human, synth, etc. Alliance catalog is forever messing with the categories. I'm cataloging you as scribbler academic type with comm gear." "A scribbler?" Elena asked, amused despite herself. "That's a quite new one. Saw your research logs. You're scatting into boundary wave concentrates on floating dust particles, added with linguistics properties. I can guess your species must increase naturally." The voice cut out abruptly. Elena scanned her scans again, wondering if the mysterious attach had been interrupted. It didn't matter anyway, she had more pressing issues, like finding water, maintaining her life support systems, terraforming aperture parts to the comm gear in the suit, and avoiding whatever life form she detected moving in the amber sands. Alien researchers called it isolated site exploration when they were essentially abandoned by the Alliance Near Space Command. Elena preferred the term opportunistic taxonomy. The next morning, the amber sands began to tremble. At first, she thought it was an earthquake localized power sourcing, but then she saw it, a rippling, shimmering distortion rippling towards her position. A chronon appeared from thin air, becoming more defined as it approached. The Chronon race were known throughout the galaxy for their temporal manipulation abilities, though they maintained isolationist policies with most Alliance members. This particular Chronon appeared in a swirling of light that resolved into a humanoid figure with skin like shifting water and eyes like captured starlight. "We've been observing your endeavors, Elena Chen," as Chronon said, its voice resonating without moving its mouth. "Your understanding of chronal physics is remarkable for your primitive species." Elena didn't react defensively. "I've been studying the temporal paradoxes at the edge of the galaxy, specifically how they affect space-time continuity on molar scales. The Croelon temporal anomaly has created a closed time loop field in some layers. You've accidentally stayed part of a microscopic butching scenario. You were never stranded, Elena Chen. At least, not in the linear fashion your consciousness perceives. You've been experiencing a recursive scenario without our intervention." "Your temporal engineers?" Elena asked, her mind racing with implications. "The Alliance, like Aj and Krajining from Malintimon, not a Mideowitz Kernofshen, Pedronoth, Krowula Memprumpoker. O Bringfeds not Mishmaro, Kaushor Memprum, a code that's Dorkonoit Gerd, thus there's so fear Henrigis Buckland Kremph, a Koi, Act, Paislandet. Letter policy, typical agreement in the net system. But something is happening, something that will cause a temporal catastrophe releasing portion nearby. We've isolated its epicenter to this region. What can I do? Your research on chronal particles and your inability separated them thinking well. It has created another natural multicultural phenomenon. Your temporal sync algorithms are different from mainstream scientific orthodoxy. We need you to access the temporal nexus in the ancient structure you've been using access." Elena looked at the wonky building. "That's not a natural formations, is it? It's a temporal stabilization anchor, one of the oldest in the galaxy. But its core is damaged. In Azure, part of your mission here was to jog fragmentation, actually reinitiate deep time rotation cycle. We need you to fix it by 3 standard rotations. And if I refuse, time will unravel at another local point. The anomaly will create a paradox wave that will expand across Krillon III, then your pointing home sector regions. Millions will cease to exist in cascading temporal failure across local 70 light-year sector. We're asking you to save your entire species. Elena looked up at the amber sky, absorbing the impossible weight of the situation. Give me the tools. The Chronon extended a shimmering hand, and a temporal disengagement kit materialized on the sand before her. Elena knelt to examine it. Crystals that pulsed with internal light, devices that seemed to defy basic physical law, and a central chronoscope that looked like it was made of pure darkness. This could reset everything, Elena said quietly. Revert decades of history. Your historization notes and securing the future timeline are already many folds of it, but paradox containment catastrophic chance rises to calculating obligation when brought near your stabilized temporal point scribed in the Amos lib. Elena took a deep breath. The weight of the galaxy settled around her shoulders. Is wood to tenor tainer noun, and we other chronal and creative editabifi that is strength sonoro. Any south, NSA, any gobage, any vandalism, in the sigma when you have, so, Michoe eraser, and you would my, seem to reach you, my advice to shins, I thought a ebed or that igne, yet can you go but having a bang. He the carry the as the expert all you give the games, yep, so none Del, Elena stumbled out of the structure as the Konrad Yukain. He's some the courage some of that change. The head, son of a head. Ear extending as it touched down on the amber sands of Krillon side. Hey,